All right, I'm going to be playing through the first scenario of Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. This is going to be my first experience with any of the Gloomhaven games. I wanted to get the introduction to this universe because I actually have been wanting to play this for Gloomhaven for quite a while, and I did finally back Frosthaven and ordered Gloomhaven through that campaign. And I saw this was coming out at Target, so I got this to get an introduction to the game. So I'm going to go through, and this will kind of be the experience of a brand new player to the universe. I know the Jaws of the Lion rules have some differences to Gloomhaven, but I don't know the Gloomhaven rules, so I'm going to play this as written in the Jaws of the Lion manual. I'm going to try to show the cards that I'm going to be playing over here so they can show up on the screen, and I'll read them off from over there and then play on the scenario map over here. So as I'm doing actions with the cards, I'll put them over there. I'm going to be playing as the Red Guard and the Hatchet. I saw in the scenario rules here there was a section where it discussed the 4 different characters you could play starting out as, and the Red Guard says protection and monster manipulation, and Hatchet says range damage and looting. So I figured, kind of like a tank to go up front and a damage dealer to maybe stay in the back. So having no knowledge of what other cards are going to come, I just thought that might be an interesting combination to play. I think I've got everything pretty much set up. I've got the dials set to 10 for the Red Guard on health, and the Hatchet is set to 8. I did read the first section of the rules. I'll read the introduction here on the scenario. It was good to get back to the Sleeping Lion. After a fortnight going up and down the Still River, chasing a bad lead on a missing blacksmith, you can almost feel the warmth of the inn's hearth when Gloomhaven's walls come into view. You are almost home. To be fair, it's not just a blacksmith. An alarming number of people within the poorer districts of the city have gone missing. Usually nothing comes of it, though. Just another poor soul, forgotten out here on the edge of civilization. The blacksmith's wife, Sandy, however, managed to somehow scrape enough money together to hire you to find her husband. You're not sure where the money came from, but no matter the source, it couldn't have come easy, which makes it doubly painful to return to the city empty-handed. True, Sandy was a little light on the payment, but you are the Jaws of the Lion, one of the most well-known mercenary groups in this backwater dump of a town. Surely it can't hurt to take a charity case every once in a while. Getting good jobs is about maintaining a reputation after all, which is why you really need to get to the bottom of this and not return to the widow with nothing but the calluses on your feet. Also, you probably shouldn't call her a widow to her face, at least not until the fate of the blacksmith has been confirmed. Given, however, that none of those who disappeared have returned, the outlook is grim. As these cheery thoughts pass through your mind, you notice movement up ahead and immediately draw your weapon. The sun has dipped low in the sky, reducing visibility, but you can clearly see some ramshackle wooden barricades blocking the road in front of you. And sure enough, as you cautiously approach the scene, vermlings jump out from behind the obstructions, flashing crude swords and sharp sticks. You have to admit, you're quite tired from the day's journey, but still, these oversized rats certainly picked the wrong group of travelers to ambush today. You are the Jaws of the Lion, after all, and are always ready to show there is only one outcome for anyone who dares threaten you. So it has the reward section down here. It says new location, Roadside Ambush, which is scenario 1, and it goes in B1 on the map, which I've already done that with the sticker. Put it there in B1. All right, I'll open the book up here. Set it up right there. I've got the Vermling Raiders there. I will shuffle their attack modifier deck. And cut it. Put it up there by them. Shuffle the Red Guard's attack modifier deck. That's going to go there, and then the Hatchet's attack modifier deck. Shuffle that real quick. put that over there. I got the guys here. I've already taken them out of their monster bag. I'm going to lay them down like this for this scenario. I don't think it's going to work out like this for all the scenarios as I do the playthrough, because some of the monster standees are a little bit bigger. Get my characters out over here. I did go ahead and paint these guys. I can maybe pop them over here. You might not be able to see them the best because it's, yeah, it's kind of dark on them right there. There, you can see it a little bit, but it's a little dark over there. Put the red guard up front there and the hatchet there. Am I missing anything else? I don't think so. The introduction here says the road back to Gloomhaven has been long, and now to get attacked by vermlings when all you want is a warm meal and a soft bed, well, it makes you mad. Mad enough to kill these mangy creatures before you collapse from exhaustion. Of course, the vermlings have other plans. They gibber about wanting your coin. Maybe it's gibber. They gibber about wanting your coin and the meat on your bones. Nasty things, really. Best to ignore their ranting and end this quickly. So the goal of this scenario is to kill all the enemies. Special rules says make sure each character's starting hand consists of their 6 ability cards marked A. I already have done that. I've got their hands here. The Vermling Raiders will act on initiative 50 each round. They will first move their base move value, and then if a character is adjacent to them, attack for their base attack value of 2. Got my player reference card here in case I need to check on any statuses, and it has the round overview. So I think that's it. I think we just go look at the hands. My first plan, I think, will just be to try to take this guy out here. We've got 6 cards, which, and the rules say we're going to be playing all 6 of these before we get to do any kind of resting or anything. So I might want to like start the red guard getting down towards these guys as well. And the vermlings are going to go on initiative 50. This one is for adjacent enemies and healing, so I don't need that right now. And this one also attacks all adjacent enemies, so I might not want to use that one. And let's see, they're going to move 1. The Vermling Raiders, this guy's a regular. He has 5 health. Attack 2, range 2. Maybe if I can move, do I have a big move? I've got move 4, move 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'd still be within range 2. But the initiatives on those are so high. I kind of want to try to go first. I could move 3. 1, 2, 3. And then do an adjacent attack. Target all adjacent enemies. Yeah, these are kind of good because they can hit more than one enemy. This has an attack on the bottom and the other ones are all on the top. I don't want to be right next to him and use a ranged attack because then I will be at a disadvantage, but I could always attack and then move. So this is move 3 at 14. So I'm going to choose 14 initiative. So I'm going to keep it on top like that. So I'm going to do the move from that one and the attack from that one. And I'll put them over in the other area over there so you can see when it's actually the red guard's turn to go. So Hatchet needs to be doing some damage here because we're going to attack for 3, so that could be anywhere from, hopefully we don't get the null on the first turn, but 2, it's going to call it a minimum of 2, so I need to try to do 3 or more damage over here with the hatchet. So this attack here targets 3 different enemies, so I kind of want to save that when I get a little bit closer. This one attacks 2. This is an attack of 3 at range 3. Hatchet only has 1 melee attack, and he can move 5 with this card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get him over here to start doing some ranged damage with these guys over here. So I think I will do this attack and this move, because this has heal on top. I don't need to heal right now. What are these initiatives? 18 and 35. That leaves me with a 24, a 25, a 51, and a 64. So Hatchet is going to go with these 2, and I'm going to have him go after the red guard. So we'll put 35 here on top. Okay, so ordering of initiative. Red guards has a 14. I do have the little initiative tokens here. I'm going to put them right here. I know you won't be able to read them, but you can kind of tell from the color on whose is who. So that one's for the red guard. And then it's going to be Hatchet. And then the Vermling Raiders will go. All right, so then character and monster turns. So for the red guard, these are the 2 cards that I'm going to play. And so that I don't get disadvantage, I'm going to do the attack of Flaming Sickle first. So it is an attack 3 at range 2. It says 1 enemy within 2 hexes suffers 3 damage plus modifier disadvantage if adjacent. So I'm not adjacent, within range 2. So I will flip, and it is -1. So that is 2 damage, and this is Vermling number 4. So 2 damage on Vermling 4. And he has a max of 5. And then I'm going to do the move on the bottom of Shocking Advance. Just want to get closer to these guys over here. So 1, 2, 3. So that is the red guard. Those are discarded. For Hatchet, I'll be doing these 2 cards here. Make sure those show up. Oh, we'll fix that one. So I want to do the attack of Stopping Power, the top there, and then the bottom of Second Wind. So Stopping Power is attack 3, range 3. And this Vermling here is 1, 2, 3 away. So it's attack 3, and we'll check Hatchet's attack modifier deck. +2. So that would be a total of 5 damage, enough to take it out by itself, because he already has 2. So that is enough to take out this Vermling Raider with 5 health. And the bottom of Second Wind is move 5. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now it'd be the Vermling Raiders' turn. And the elites are supposed to act first. And they're all melee. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Both of the characters are within 4. So the way I understand the monster focus rules is if they are both the same distance, then it goes lower initiative order first. So red guard would be his focus. So he's just going to move 1 closer. It seems pretty obvious that this guy would go that way, but I just kind of want to, since this is the first time, talk myself through how to do these monster focuses. Now this Vermling here, I want to see what the wording on this rule is the focus will be the character the monster can perform its attack against using the least amount of movement. So this guy, to get to, well, since he can attack both of these guys getting to here, they both would probably be the same. 1, 2, 3, it's 4 to get to there. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 to get to here. So it's the least amount of movement for both of them. So it's the lowest initiative again. So he'd want to move towards the red guard. So he's going to go this way. These are obstacles here. He has to go around that way. This guy, the hatchet would be closest because he could get to here or here with the same amount of movement to be adjacent to attack him. There's obstacles here. So he would move down to there to get closer to hatchet. So they only have one movement, so, and they don't have any range or anything like that. We don't even use their ability cards in this first scenario. This is very simple, very basic, and it looks like it's going to play very quickly as well. Ooh, let me get Hatchet's cards off of here. Put him in the discard. So no attacks by the Vermling Raiders. Their turn is over. End of round, we would shuffle any card decks that had the shuffle symbol on it, but none came out. So we go to the next round for card selection. Can the red guard get to where he can attack 2 enemies at once? 1, 2, 3, 4. Does he have a move 4 left? He does have a move 4. It's very high initiative though. Do I have another? So this card here, Shield Spikes, 2 adjacent enemies suffer 2 damage. So that's 2 guaranteed. It's not an attack, so no modifier card is drawn for that particular damage. Twirling Stabs is an attack 2, which targets all adjacent enemies. So if I move there, it would also be attacking 2 enemies. And I'd have, the chance could be that it would go down less than 2 damage if I drew a bad negative card from here again. It could also be a positive card or a 0, so it could be the same. I actually have 2 move 4s. This one has a ranged attack on it, so I might want to keep this one just in case I'm going to be attacking the guy that's way on that side of the map next turn. See what kind of damage we can pull out here. Yeah, I think I will do, I'm going to risk it and try to get a good modifier. So I'll do the attack 2 and go at initiative 38 so I can know for sure that my move's going to get me to the right spot to attack both those guys. I mean, they only move 1, so if they move, they're going to be next to each other still anyway. Let's see, what can Hatchet do? Hatchet has an attack 2, range 3, target 2 on double throw. Disorienting Barrage is target 3, range 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. This guy, 1, 2, 3. If I go here, I'd have both of those guys within. Oh, if I go here, oh yes, if I move here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it's target 3, range 3. Okay, so I need to move 2 if I want to do that. This is a move 3 and a move 4. Let's move 3 and go on 24. It's attack 3, range 3. Oh, it's attack 1, range 3, target 3. Is it worth it to get attack 1? because I've already drawn a +2 out of there. Or do I want to do attack 2 and target 2? Try to do more damage on fewer enemies. That guy's really far away. Yeah, I think I want to try to get more damage and just target 2. I'll target the 2 guys down here. So that's on 64, and this is on 24. Okay, I'm going to go on 24. Okay, so Red Guard's going on 38, Hatchet's going on 24, so Hatchet's going to go before Red Guard, and the Vermling Raiders going on 50 will go last. So, Hatchet. Here are the cards that I'm going to use for Hatchet. Oop, a little too far over. Move it over a little bit. All right, so the first thing I want to do is move 3, the bottom of center mass. But I'm only going to move 2 spaces. 1, 2, and I will stay there. And then I'm going to do the top of double throw, which is attack 2, range 3, target 2. It says up to 2 enemies within 3 hexes suffer 2 damage, plus separate modifier for each, disadvantage if adjacent. Not adjacent. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 obstacles do not block ranged attacks. They just kind of are there to block movement. And then if I was playing Demolitionist, there's certain cards, my understanding, that can do things with obstacles. So let's start with the Elite on the flips here. -1. I should have thought to myself that I was going to start with the Elite, but then actually draw for this guy, because that's the kind of stuff that always happens to me in games. So it was an attack 2, -1 is 1 damage on the Elite, and the Elite is standing number 6. He's got 10 health, so he's got quite a bit more health to take away there. And then we draw a modifier for the normal guy in the back there, -2. All right, so 0. That didn't work out, but it's getting some of those negative cards out of the way. Okay, let's get Hatchet's cards out of there, and they go in the discard pile. And now Red Guard. Two cards we're going to play here. Desert Knight and Twirling Staff. Oops. And I was going to do the move 4 and the attack 2. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the Red Guard is going to be targeted here because he's up close and personal now. And it's not ranged, so I'm not going to get disadvantaged. It's attack 2. All adjacent enemies suffer 2 damage, and I have to do separate modifiers again. So I'm not going to jinx myself, and I'm just going to stick with going with the Elite guy first. So we've got attack 2 plus 1 is 3 damage on the Elite. So now that's a total of 4. And the modifier for the normal guy is plus 0. So that is 2. And he is standing number 2. I've seen a couple of things online where people get like big 12-sided dice with numbers on them. I think I'm going to order some of those. Oops, I'm pushing it up off of the screen. There we go. All right, that was the Red Guard. Now it's the Vermling Raiders' turn. So it's clear we got to start with the Elite guy. His focus is going to be the Red Guard. So he will attack. He has an attack of 2, and we pull from his modifier deck here. 2 minus 1. Take the Red Guard down to 9. And I screwed up a little bit on the last round, I just realized, because I did not go in the order of the Vermling standees. Oh, no, I did it right. Yeah, that's a 5 and that's a 2. Yeah, so this guy goes before that guy. So now he's going to attack the Red Guard. an attack 2 and a modifier of +1. So 3 more damage. So he's going to go from 9 down to 6. Hopefully rushing in like this isn't a mistake, but we'll see. So now this Vermling Raider's turn. His focus will be the hatchet. He's the closest character he can get in adjacency to because he's a melee attacker. So he will move there to get closer. End of round, nobody drew any of the shuffle cards. So we get Hatchet's card, or not Hatchet, Redguard's cards off of there. And we go to the next round. So now we don't have a choice. We have these 2 cards to play. It's just now picking the order. I want to go before them, so it's going to be easy to determine the initiative card. So let's just go ahead and put the initiative down. So yeah, this will be good. This one does muddle and targets all 3 of them. So these 2 guys will be muddled. And muddle means they gain disadvantage on all their attacks until the end of their next turn. Okay, so we've got the initiative settled. Hatchet is 25, he's going to be first. Redguard is 41, and the Vermlings are 50. So we go to Hatchet's turn. These are the cards I'll be playing for Hatchet. I don't even actually know if I want Hatchet to move. So I want that muddle effect, or I might have done the bottom of Disorienting Barrage, because that one you can move and just get a little poke damage on somebody. But I want to muddle 3 targets. That seems like it's going to be good. So I'll do the top of Disorienting Barrage. It's attack 1, and I have to get separate modifiers for each. So we'll start again with the elite guy. So attack 1 plus 0 is 1. So that's a total of 5. That's half of his health. And we'll go down here to 2. So it's 1 plus 1 is 2. He's only got 1 hit point left. Oh, I should be muddling these guys. So muddle, let me look here. It looks like a question mark. So he's muddled, and number 2 is muddled. And then number 5 is, it's attack 1 plus 0. So it's 1 on standing 5, and he is also muddled. Okay. I don't think I'm going to move, so I don't think I'm going to do the bottom of card close cuts, which I remember reading in the rules, I think, is that you don't have to do the abilities on the card. So those will go into the discard. And the Redguard's cards. We've got Blinding Sickle and Shield Spikes. Actually didn't even read these before. So 2 adjacent enemies suffer 2 damage. I don't want to do, or yeah, because the bottom of 41 is not a move. Because the top one is a ranged attack and I don't want to get disadvantaged. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll do the top of Shield Spikes to have 2 adjacent enemies suffer 2 damage. There's no modifier flip here. So that 2 damage is going to take out standing number 2 because he only needed 1 more damage to take him out. And then if we add 2 damage, I'm going to take a 1 and add a 3. So now that is 7 damage on the elite, which is standing 6. And then the bottom of Blinding Sickle is move 4. I mean, I know I muddled them to give him disadvantage, but it might be a good idea just to get out of there. So he doesn't even attack me at all. I mean, I had to play the muddle card anyways. He's got 6 hit points left. Yeah, whatever, just get out of there. 1, 2, or I'm gonna get these cards back. One of them's gonna go away on the short rest. I've got so much movement, I could always just move right back in. I could double attack because I have an attack on the bottom on this card and a lot of attacks on top if I just stay there. I'm just gonna stay there and take it. Probably foolish. The red guard's a tank. That's what he's built for. Not gonna move. Take this guy out on the next turn. All right, so now we go to the Vermling Raiders. So the elite doesn't have to move, he's already adjacent. But he is disadvantaged because of the muddle, so I'll draw 2, +1, and +0. So the +0 is a worse outcome for him. So that's the one he has to take because of the muddle. So red guard goes down to 4. And his muddle is going to go away. The other Vermling Raider is still too far away. They don't have any ranged attacks, so he will just continue to move closer to Hatchet. Okay, that is the end of the turn. So now the rule book says after you've played all 6 of your ability cards, you'll be short resting. So short resting is you take all the cards in your discard pile, shuffle them, and place one at random on the right side into your lost pile. If you don't like that one, anytime a character would rather keep the card that was lost, they can suffer 1 damage to lose a different random card from the discard pile instead, but can only be done once per short rest. So take the red guard's discard pile, shuffle it up, and I will take this one to lose. It's the heal, it's shield spikes. So it has the 2 adjacent enemies suffer 2 damage on the top and heal 2 for range 2. This is such an easy scenario, and I don't really have a sense yet for what I would need in bigger scenarios. I think that's the red guard's only heal. It's the only heal that I have in these particular 6 cards. I mean, he's down to 4 hit points, but this guy only has 3 left. I think we can easily take care of that one. I'm not too worried about his health. He can always run away. Hatchet still has 8 hit points anyway. So we shuffle Hatchet's deck. And I'll pick, how about this one in the back? This is attack 3 at range 3 on the top and immobilize down on the bottom. Mobilize seems good, but it didn't really come into play in this scenario because like this guy was so far away. So that will go there as Hatchet's lost card. And I think that's it. So go to the next round. We have card selection. So red guard just needs to take care of that elite. And I'm going to, just to make sure, red guard has 2 cards that have attack 2 on the bottom. That's nice. This is a ranged attack. I do not want the disadvantaged, so I'm not going to do that one right now. This is an attack 3 and immobilize. Oh, you know what? I forgot to take the muddle off of that Vermling Raider. Okay, I'm going to do these two, there's an attack on the bottom and an attack on the top here, and it's initiative 38, so we'll be going before that Vermling Raider goes. And I'm just going to bank on that the red guard's going to take this guy out, and I want Hatchet to now concentrate on that guy there. Okay. He does not have an attack on the top and the bottom of the card, but he does have an attack 3. So this is interesting. Double throw. I don't know. It says add +1 attack to all your attacks this turn. So I guess it would make this, oh, this has to be an adjacent enemy. And that Vermling is not adjacent. So, got an attack 3, range 3. All right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Center Mass to do the attack 3, range 3 on the top. And then this is a move 2. All adjacent enemies suffer 1 damage. If I get him down to where he only needs 1 more damage, I'll move in and take him out. If I don't, I'll just take a couple steps back so he doesn't get close enough to attack me. And I'll go at initiative 24. Okay, so we've got 24 for Hatchet, 38 for Red Guard, and the Vermling Raiders at 50, so the initiative tokens are all correct. So Hatchet is first. Put the cards over here. So we'll do Center Mass first, attack 3, range 3. Draw a modifier, +1 is 4, he already has 1, he is taken out. He has a total of 5, so that was 4 plus the 1 that was there. He's done. So now what I'm going to do, at move 2, all adjacent enemies suffer 1 damage. I'm going to go 1, 2, take a little bit of poke damage at the elite guy there. Brings him up to 8 total damage. And that's Hatchet's turn. Who's going to discard? And Red Guard's cards. Gonna do the attack 2 on Twirling Slabs. Oh, that's not the right card. It should have been attack 3. Sorry, I gotta switch this one because this one is the ranged attack. I grabbed the wrong one. Oops. Bumped the camera. Okay. Shocking Advance. Attack 3, immobilize. So we'll do the attack 2. I don't think I'll need all of these, but I'll just start over there with the attack 3, immobilize, because this guy's got 8 damage on him already. We draw the attack modifier, -1. It's a good thing I chose that one because its attack 3 -1 is 2, so that takes him up to the 10. And he is done. Okay, that's all the enemies gone. So let's read the conclusion. Let me check the rule book real quick, because I did not actually check to see what to do at the end. Sure, we just read the conclusion. Yep, congratulations on completing scenario 1. Read the conclusion text and the scenario rewards. You wipe the blood of the last Vermling from your face, and your thoughts return to the sleeping lion. Surely they've got a stew ready by now. It would be so perfectly warm and soothing, and it's right through that gate, so close you can already taste it. But then another thought comes. It is highly unusual, brazen, really, for a pack of Vermlings to operate this close to the city. Could they be behind the string of disappearances? It's a long shot, but one worth investigating, especially considering this ambush site doesn't look like their base of operations. There's probably a nest nearby that, with any luck, will have more information on the missing blacksmith. And treasure. Treasure would be nice. So the rewards is a new location, a hole in the wall, scenario 2, and it's also in square B1 on the map. There's a tip here in the scenario book. It says, place the sticker for scenario 2 on the city map board, then return to page 13 of the Learn to Play guide for further instructions. I'm going to put the sticker on later. I don't think people want to watch that. When you see a new location listed in their rewards, that means to place a new sticker on the city map board. In this case, place a sticker for scenario 2. It should match up with the art on B1. Also, because you successfully finished scenario 1, mark the white box in its sticker to indicate it is complete. I'm not going to be marking the white boxes on there. I'm going to probably be playing this game through another campaign with my daughter, so I don't want to do that part of the legacy aspects of this. I'll just keep track of which ones I've completed somewhere else. Lastly, after each scenario, a character is fully refreshed, recovering all their ability cards, removing any condition tokens, and returning their hit point dial to their maximum hit point value. Noted on your character mat below the white one because you were level 1. So then it goes on to talk about character sheets and card upgrades and saving. I'm going to spend some time reading this and then reading the scenario 2 rules before I get back on to play again. That was pretty fun. It's a little very quick scenario. It's very, very introductory and designed just to get you to, obviously, just to get you to do the tops and bottoms of cards. Learn where the discards go. Learn where the lost cards go, even though we only had the chance to discard one. Take a little bit of damage. I didn't probably even have to take any damage. I could have stayed away from those guys. And there were the rules for ranged enemies hasn't been introduced yet. And we don't actually have even the ability cards. The Firmling Raiders just did the same thing every turn. But it's fun. I see a lot of potential as these scenarios progress. Let me get red cards out of the way here. Yeah, so if you see anything that I missed or anything that I did wrong, please let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed.